Hello, I'm AppyX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I'm finally eliminating one of my 3 main end islands. This is the end. This is an end island, but this is, actually, you know what, the end island definition refers to the things way over there, but this is an island that shouldn't exist, and so I didn't cover it in glass, instead intending to use each and every piece of that island for some future project, a project I now know is my ocean covered in end, which is going very well, thank you for asking. And so today, my goal is to destroy the last of at the very least this island. You know, I feel like that is a reasonable goal, to just make that entire thing not exist. It used to be much bigger, I'm glad it's now smaller, and I've also brought some extra shulker boxes, because more shulker boxes means fewer problems. So hello, I'm AppyX Toycat, and welcome back to the internet. This is where we exist together. You know, it's kind of funny because like starting streams is it's not hard, but it's always like it's different to start than it is to go on, right? There's a funny thing about conversations that you need like an introduction to them. You can't just like say, "Hey there, person on the street. So what's the deal with life, the universe, and everything in between?" Also, I hope you're doing wonderfully. Have you already sold the spoon costume, says Rumkey Vanderweer. No one hit me up on Twitter to say they wanted the spoon costume. It was crazy. No, I think it's really interesting, this like idea of like how do you start anything? How, like, especially a conversation, but like let's just say anything for now. You know, like do you start with a polite greeting? It means nothing, but it's just a familiar thing. You say a code word, or you know, you use society's code word, which is hello, and you just go, "Hello, look, you can tell that I'm not oh god! You can tell I'm not a serial killer because I know how to say the societal code word for I am being friendly to you right now." You know, you get me? Or it varies from place to place. Some people say, "How are you?" In the UK, one of the things I read a lot about from people who moved to the UK is like people are being confused that the question, you know, like, you know, how's it going? Or like, what's up? Or whatever. Not what's up. It's you all right. That's the one. Sorry. But the phrase "you all right" is one that like people just say here, and you know that means hello, and obviously like people respond with, "Oh yeah, I'm doing good," and like it's kind of like it's like a weird faux pas. Honestly, it's one I've made many times in my life, but it's like, yeah, you just start with that. I use a code word too, yo. Or you know, like this is why YouTube intros are a thing. It's a familiar starting point. What's up, boys? It's your fella, you know, Cat Destroyer 69, back at it again with another Minecraft epic commentary. Remember, if you're here, then that means you like the videos, and therefore smash that like button. Same thing as like, hello, how are you doing? Would you like to sign my petition? I imagine there are friends who ask their friends to sign petitions at the start of every conversation. But like, you know, I think there's a very interesting dynamic about how that works. Also, I'm Dutch, you totally butchered my name. It says Romke van der Weijer. There you go. Yite. Oh yeah, Ite is a... You know, Ite is one of those funny things where it's, we never hear yours on stream. Yeah, they, streaming on YouTube especially. Like, honestly, I know this is like my own doing, because I despise stream intros. Like, I understand why people do them, but also I don't like them, so I don't do them. You know, there's so much of YouTube, like, I think I could be so much of a bigger YouTuber if I didn't, like, despise basic tactics for success. Like, you know, it's hard for me to even say, like this video. It's hard, you know, back when that was important. It's hard for me to tell people to subscribe with notifications turned on or smash that bell. So I make a joke about, you know, how house fires happen to people more often if they haven't subscribed. It's kind of a fun little thing, that. So yeah, how have things been going since my last live stream? Glad you asked, imaginary voice inside my head. Pretty well. I finally got through the bottle of Bucks Fizz. I've got like I've got 4 days left now. It's really spooking me out that I'm flying out for the UK in a few days, so that's kind of scary. Also, IBX Toycat in chat in general, is there more men or women on the planet? I know the answer, says Mugiam. People always assume there's more men than women because of China, but I think in most countries it's flipped. I think there are more women than men, generally speaking, because women are likely to live longer than men, because men are more likely to do dangerous things that make them live less long. That's my prediction, and it could be that I think if you take away China, it's like a substantial thing. I'm gonna miss streams when you leave, says Jackie Ann. We might try and get some streams going. I just don't want to have it like be a obligation or promise or anything. I recently discovered I speak Dutch with a Frisian accent, and it was the biggest mindfuck ever. I think it's definitely weird to, like, identifying your own accent's really weird because to you, you're just saying words as they are. So, you know, it's weird that that's true, but I guess it kind of is. Also, hi, hello, love your content, says Vanya Sirik. Thank you, Vanya. I didn't know Vanya was a real name that people had. I've just watched the Umbrella Academy, and so now I assume you're gonna kill us all one day. But it's gonna be worthwhile because you'll be a wonderful, wonderful character played by Ellen Page. Or, I think shit, that's not the correct name anymore. Although the character was played, but you know what? Let's not dive into it. Instead, let's dive into this tip. Thank you for the first tip of the stream, my good friend. Definitely not parasocial friend. Definitely real, Harrison. Oh, it's Harrison. I guess that is real then, isn't it? You know what? today you learn this is a parasocial relationship, Harrison. You think you've been DMing me, but you've been DMing my assistant this whole time. 3 emeralds for the spoon costume. I think we've got a deal. Does that sound good, everyone? That sounds good to me. Thank you, by the way, Harrison, for using Streamlabs. See, it's very funny. I pay Harrison, and then Harrison tips me sometimes. And then it's like, well, how does any of this work? You know, it gets Took out spoilers Umbrella Academy lol. Oh yeah, that's a spoiler, isn't it? Oopsie. Sorry about that, fellas. I didn't spoil season 2. Might have, you know, it's been a while since I watched season 2. She probably ruins the world in that one too. I just broke my collarbone, so here's some money. Thank you, Elias Lawson. I hope you break your collarbone many more times, so I can have a lot more money. That is my only goal. It's like throwing money into the void. I don't know if Harrison pays a transaction fee when I send him money, but like I pay like a minimal transaction fee. Oh, but then I pay taxes. I mean, like probably meant to pay taxes. I mean, like you know, anyway, you know that is the funny thing. If you and a friend keep sending money to each other, legally speaking, eventually the government gets all of it, right? I think that's interesting. The cheapest way for me to pay Harrison would be to refund his stream tips, because then I would be unpaying tax. You know, I'm sure I'm creating some very, very legally questionable scenarios right now. Also, it's good to see you, Storm Veridea. It has been some time, but I'm looking forward to text-to-speech.
It is always great when I can actually catch a live stream. No better way to relax on my day off than to watch a live stream from my fave YouTuber while working on my own sugarcane farm on Minecraft.
You better believe that. Also, that was not a smiling face. That was a smiling, crying face. Very disappointed in YouTube. You can no longer call yourself a Minecraft YouTuber. You're a philosophy YouTuber who happens to play Minecraft. I mean, that's probably like that's probably what the live streams are at this point, right? That's honestly, that's something. Even though it's like it's what I like, it's what I'm desperately trying to avoid doing. I've seen so many YouTubers I know fall down this trap. Like if you like me for me, I have some more job security. Actually, I feel like lots of things in life can be summed up this way as like job security versus like, you know, like something. Like if you become known as a person in a field like, you know, Minecraft or whatever, it means that it's very hard for new people to find you because you're not attracting people who are just playing the game. You're attracting people looking for a person. And most people don't look. This is one of those weird, like, you know, maybe you could say it's like bad of me to know this and still do it anyway. Also, for some reason that doesn't sound fun for me. I'm sorry, we have to do it anyway, Elias Lawson. It's the only way I can get my $2 to afford some grand tacos or something like that. Best way to send money is to send money in an envelope and attach it to a balloon. Is my kid adorable, says Mario5. You know, I secretly don't believe that's really your child that you put a picture up on Twitter. I secretly believe that, like, you know, you found a random child and you're like, this will prove that I'm a mother. Like, you know, am I a mother if I, you know, I'm not gonna. Okay, we're good. I don't know if I would be proving that. Also, I think that I think being known as like the person is like a dangerous game that I'm always trying to like avoid. Which sounds funny, but again, I'm just being honest about my intentions. It's like fine, but it's also like the opposite, right? In 2019, I was really depressed. New videos and streams really helped me at the time. Haven't caught a stream in a while, but truly thank you, says Aurora. Thank you, Aurora, for the £1.02 tip. I do appreciate that one a great deal. I like you for you playing Minecraft is just a plus. See, right, that's an ideal for people who, okay, this is the, I guess this is the more complex depth level of YouTube, is like, you want as many people to like you for you and watch you if they already watch you, but you want to find people who are looking for just, you know, Minecraft updates or fun facts or whatever else, and then you want to make them decide they want to see more of your videos. Oh god, this end like kind of just runs out here, huh? When you saw the incompatible Mending and Infinity combo and secretly stashed up Mending and Infinity bows, says Mugiem. Honestly, I know it like sounds like loads of people act like it's a real dilemma, but like Infinity just isn't a good enchantment if you've been playing. Like if you have fully stocked tools, you don't need an Infinity bow, unless like you want to fire 300 arrows instead of 64 while using only one stack. Like, it just isn't a very useful... It's a really fun sounding enchantment that isn't very useful. And that's the saddest bit to me. Like, when you want to like something but you can't, is so much worse than when you don't want to like something and you don't. You know, if you don't want to like something, you haven't put yourself out there. There's nothing to it. But when you're, like, ready to like something and it just doesn't work, that's when things get tragic. We're switching out from Efficiency 4. Can you spot the difference? I can't spot the difference. Oh, God. Also, the lower we get down here, the closer we get to death. So, you know, the only way to celebrate that is with a fun little sip of my drink. Are you going to cover the new Axolotls beta, says Noah Herman? Not really, no. I tried to cover the... Oh, no, lag! Oh, darn. Okay, so we're going to... I love... My new solution is play an ad to cover up the lag, and then people might not notice it by the time it's fixed. Okay. So now we should have stabilized things. So, yeah, I guess, okay. Are we good? We might be... Oh, no, we're still not good. That is still not enough to make the stream...
I have $30 of Google Opinion Rewards funds to separate me from chat this stream. And I on ton to do it. So hello.
And...
I am the Sidekick Man Smile.
Thank you, Mr. Sidekick Man. I'm failing school. Can I get a PogChamp? PogChamp for failing school. I really appreciate you deciding to give any, you know, like, even though it's Google Play credit, so it's free to obtain. Pro tip: if you have an Android device, even I think it might be an Apple too, you can get money for doing free surveys. It's actually pretty decent compared to like most other equivalents out there. But then it's Google Play credit. I guess you wouldn't be able to get on Apple devices for that very reason. But hiding of ads doesn't work if someone has YouTube Premium, says Gerald K. If someone has YouTube Premium, they can enjoy the lag. Also, no, here's the great thing: if you have YouTube Premium, and I play an ad, you don't get an ad, but I get money. It's like the oh god, we're still lagging. Okay, I guess we're gonna dip the quality. I guess these streams are just gonna have terrible quality, huh? I guess that's just how it be today. Okay, so sorry if things look terrible. Actually, chat, can you tell that the quality just dropped? In absolute terms, in terms of number of bits that are being sent from me to the server, it just dropped about 2/3. How much worse does the stream look than it did before? Right now, like, it stopped lagging now. Can you give me a like percentage? Tell me your numbers on that one. Fletcher Villager enters the chat. I don't know anyone who buys their arrows, but that does seem a bit absurd. I can't tell. Ironically, I can't tell any difference. 2/3 worse, says Gerald K. 5%, slightly worse. A lot less pixels. Okay, so now we're gonna up it just a tiny bit. Can you notice the difference from here to here? This is me going like 1/6 higher relative to before. You know, I find like video quality stuff, again, like, I try to find interest in where I can in the actual production of videos. And from streaming, I've learned a lot about compression and all that nonsense on the internet, which I find interesting. Also, thank you, The Unholy Banana. Can't tell if the lag is the stream, my off internet. I definitely am lagging. I'm sorry, Mr. Unholy Banana. I want to not lag, but that's not an option right now, apparently. See, it's funny, where I'm moving has really bad internet. It's surrounded by places that have gigabit internet, so I'm assuming I can just pay some dumb number. I'm expecting in the thousands, and they can dig me a cable. Should we just lower it and just... Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to lower it halfway between these two numbers. And we're going to see if that's better. So, so the main island is like the Earth world. Exactly. Wait. Yeah. No. That's a fun idea for a project, though. Honestly, end projects are the most underrated project. Could make a whole video about things you should do to your end. Turn your rend distance down. That makes the lag less. The lag is on the internet side. Creepyface. Appreciate the help, though. I know you give me all you got. It's just not. It's not correct advice. It's like if I, no, I'm not gonna. I only want to disparage people who say like actively dumb or mean-spirited things. Like, you know, the guy yesterday was like, "Oh yeah, this is a knockoff stamp," and it's like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you can't just compare two things that to you, like you're here, etc. So I think it's very bizarre. Dumb fun, thousands cable fund. Yeah, it's honestly, it's one of the like biggest scares about buying a house. I definitely should have worked it out before buying, but like I can live off 5G and like terrible enough internet until that works. See, cool thing about London is surrounded by 5G, so my hope is that that will fix the problem to some extent, and then like hopefully get quoted for a price that is not a scary amount. Again, it literally is. I don't want to like reveal my location. It literally is not even across the street to the net where the gigabit cable is. It's like there is like a driveway of difference, I think is how you describe it. Not that I have a driveway. Actually, can you have a drive? Is it still a driveway if you can't park cars in it? No, it's not. What? I think I have like a shared driveway. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to describe this about. Just straight up doxing myself. I heard something fun recently that like, you know GeoGuessr? This doesn't work. We're on the wrong channel to talk GeoGuessr too much. 5G causes vaccine, which going to cause masks. Mask removal then. Stay away from London then. Exactly, ABCB. 5G causes vaccines, which do in fact cause masks. The vaccines are the real cause for all the masks. No, I think the cool thing about, like, I think, like some people can be, the fact that some people are like super vaccine conspiracy theorists, sure. Like it's easy to dislike, oh god, I shouldn't have left those torches out that far. Okay, I'm just gonna, well, goodbye torch. It was nice knowing you. Honestly, it might be worth, just because the torch actually does have some value, going out like just, there we go. Now we'll get the end stone, and then we lose an end stone, but it all works out for us. What about 6G? Now go for it, it's your stream, talk about whatever you want. I think it's really weird that people are still on the 5G train, and it's like, okay, here's the funny thing, like, to me, it actually is a little bit weird when you discover that, all signals do go through your body. When you, like, it's, the way radio signals work is they can go through pretty much any material that's, like, below a certain density. And so, all the time, you have signals going through you. When your phone gets a new email, statistically, I mean, like, not always, but, like, it is likely to have gone through your body at some point, that signal. And that's really, really weird. And that feels not okay. Like, you as a society do not consent to that, in our definition of consent we like to use. But also, there's a funny thing, which is, like, there are some times where, like, everyone losing a tiny bit of, like, right does a great good for everyone. And it's funny because I think a lot of people, like, I think it's mostly young people who are, like, get into politics and take some extreme stance because it's fun to be like that. I think a lot of people are learning from, like, because, another example besides, like, 5G where, like, we all let these beams go through us. They don't hurt us in any way, but also you can't turn it off. If you don't want those rays going through you, and some people do get psychosomatic, like, they believe that the rays are harmful, so we're going to harm these people who believe they're being harmed by something, because for the rest of society it's worth it. Will you build the stamp duty deadline? Boring, I know, says Greg Parry. I'm desperately hoping so. That is my intention too. Yeah, I know this is boring to everyone else, Greg Parry, but between you and me, yes. There is and it's the full saving too. I think, what is it like? It's either, I think it's 15,000 of saving, and then if I miss it, it's only 7.5. I guess basically I might lose 7,500 pounds if it can't complete by June the 31st, which is very terrifying to think about. And so I don't think about it. No, I'd mentally planned like, okay, it's not gonna happen. If it happened, like this is how you can think about events, right? Like there is a terrifying deadline I'm not in control of. If the house goes past by that deadline, I will not lose if it goes past by the deadline, I will not lose 15,000. If it goes past.
Thank you for covering the snapshots and update videos. It's super nice to see the new stuff when it comes out, so we can see what we can be excited for when the update is out.
Thank you so much, Amanda Ree, for not only the tip and for being here for every stream for the last. I don't even know how many streams it's been in a row. You've got some big record on you, but also I also thank you for what I believe. You know, if this doesn't even have to be true, but I'm gonna take it as true anyway. But you're like, oh yeah, you said you wanted to be liked for Minecraft, so I'm gonna compliment your Minecraft side. That was nice of you. Throw your pickaxe in the void for $100, says Blue Fire. Okay, give me $100 and I'll throw my efficiency-free pickaxe in the void. That's a worthwhile trade to me. I'll do it. I have no. You know, I'll even throw my efficiency 4 one in there if you really want it. If that's what you specifically request, I'll do that for you. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Toy Cat making money while he's mining honey. But yeah, I also, how are you, says Lee Fern. I'm doing good. Thank you for the ARS. Also, I miss Blue Wafer. Can you do an American accent? Okay, allow me to explain the stamp duty holiday, but in American. Well, you see, the thing about there's this terrifying thing in the UK. Basically, if the house purchase finishes, if I get the keys by June 31st, assuming June has 31 days, basically before July the 1st. I will not have to pay £15,000. If it goes in after that date, I have to pay £7,500. And if it goes in after like 3 months after, I have to pay the full 15,000 basically. It's very terrifying. Or like, yeah, it's basically for things that are out of my control right now. Because if it was up to me, I would buy the house today, but that's not how legal processes buying houses work. It's 3 months from now, or 2 months and 3 weeks away from now. So everything should be fine. It should totally happen, right? And so there's two ways you can think about it. You can think about it as like, I really hope that happens, even though I have no control over the process. I have literally no control, zero control, sadly. So I can think about it as like, okay, please don't lose this £15,000. Please don't lose this £15,000. That's so much money to lose. I really don't want to. You know what? Chat, is anyone here excited to lose £15,000? The other way to think about it is like, okay, if it happens on time, that'll be a very pleasant thing, not having to pay this money. This big pool of money that I'm going to have to, I'm going to put aside somewhere or whatever. Oh, the stream is lagging again. I said it so low. Oh. This is insanity. I'm gonna see if I can find what's wrong with it. Let me think what might be holding down my internet. A secret upload. Yeah, it could be there's some weird. Okay, I'm gonna look real quick. I'm sorry about the lag. Wait, if I switch you to just looking at my face. Oh god. If I switch you to just. Oh no. See, that was the panic thing I always have about like hit the wrong button, show everyone the world. It's like if yeah, that is my literal worst fear, and I just did it on stream. Yeah, if I'm gonna see what is causing this issue. So the upload finished. It's my video is live right now. Hello, I'm turning down there. I'm only being here with in the cave right now to minimize the number of frames I'm sending out so that there's no lag while I find the problem. It could be that it's just my internet is being garbage. Okay, let me work this out. Because I do so much uploading during the day right now. I bet I have an upload running somewhere. So I just have to find the upload, and then close the upload. It's that simple. I think. Okay, is it here? I can believe it's here. Is it here? It's not here. Is it here? It's not here. Orange square. You know, I don't even have the orange square over here. Okay, let's go back to this. Nope, could not find the source of the... Again, usually, this has happened to me many times, and it's been because I'm just dumb and left on a thing. Toycat's American accent sounds like someone from Kentucky tried to do a British accent while they have a sinus infection. Well, thank you, Storm Veridea. I appreciate using Snap Ethernet, says Milo the Dev Man. Yeah, what it actually is, if you're curious about my networking setup, let's talk about it while my quality crashes to unthinkable levels, shall we? Yeah, there's not much more we can really, there's not much lower we really even can choose to crush this one, I think. But, yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower this a little bit. We're gonna lower this so the quality is gonna suck now. That is the compromise I've chosen. We will now have Toycat blocks as the face. So, I have a, one of the first things I did when moving into this place, and one of the first things I intend to do moving into the next place, is drill Ethernet through the floor. I know wireless is fine for some people, but it's not fine. This is like the golden rule of networking. They drill it into you 100 times. Anywhere you go where they teach you about networking, it's like wireless is easy, but it's not good. It's like you know, I don't know. People hate McDonald's for being easy. It's easy. You know, let's not claim there's some goodness to it, but also it's not. What is going so horribly wrong today? I do wonder. 144p on a 1080p monitor is scarily blocky. What is causing this? It's sad. Is it something to do with the time of the day? No. Gotta be your computer. Yeah, it could be. I'm gonna do a little searching, see if anything's sending out a bunch of network traffic. No. Wait, I think I know what it is. Okay, wait. Okay, I think. Don't you worry. Okay, I think we found it. Wait. Let's confirm I did find that. Oh God! Oh! What is this? Okay. That's normal. That's what happens to everyone. Am I right? Happens to the best of us. Okay. Yep. Nope. I did find the issue. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. What it was is I have a backup program. I won't name them because they suck clearly. And they don't understand that I'm streaming, and that's not a good time to back up my entire files. It was my PC automatically backs up every so often, and we worked it out. That was what was causing the network lag. Again, I could tell from the way it was vibing like that it was something that was uploading. I think the stream is 32 bits. There we go. And now we can live a normal day again. Also, thank you, Anna is loading. What a fun, relevant name. The quality of your content is 4K, even if the end stone is still purple. How did that even happen though? That's auto archive always gets me too. Yeah, and honestly, I don't understand. You'd figure the systems would be smart. The sorts of also, I don't have a character anymore. Oh God, chat. I stopped existing at some point. That's probably fine. This is very bizarre. I am now invisible. I'm sure there's nothing to do with that. Also, Anna Islo, that's a very nice compliment. I appreciate you. Not only being a Streamlabs hero, but also being someone who is nice, even when times are rough. Yeah, I don't know. You missed my tip in the chaos. I'm sorry. You're talking about things going through while the Enderman was going through. Lol, have some moolah. Thank you for the moolah, FunCat1. I hope you are in fact fun. Otherwise your name would be a lie. And that is not okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart my realm. I think that makes sense. Maybe we should do it, just in case. I like your shirt. When I wear red shirts, the background works perfectly. And my only two red shirts are I'm Potato and 9/11 was an inside job. And then Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was okay to do blackface. I think it's such an offensive shirt. The two offensiveness is from different angles, so they cancel each other out, and therefore I've not had a single person be offended at the shirt yet. So I'm doing my job right. Yeah, I think we finally have the stream working, and it was just because of that one dumb thing. But the worst bit is that means it was doing it yesterday and it didn't succeed, and it just started again during my stream today. That's very maddening. Can you ship the spoon to America? No, I want to give it to someone in person, and then I want to never see it again. That's what I want from my life. Also, I think that I think there's like I think that's like there's a word for it. Like, it's like if you have your expectations high and they're met, it feels good, you know? If you have your expectations high and they're not met, feels bad. Have your expectations low and they're met, you know, it's fine. Have your expectations low and it's high, and it's like, whoa, this is, you know, like, I think we're often in a state, also crab emoji, thank you on Holy Banana. We're often in a state where we forget, like, and it's such a lame thing to say, because it's so cliched. We forget, like, some of the good things happening around us. I kind of realized recently, like, oh, I'm going to the United States this summer. And, like, things have, like, finally started to, especially in America in particular, where, like, you know, things don't make any sense. Keep your expectations tiny, you can't be whiny. Exactly, but I love that reference, Katie. But, I also think that it's I think it's an interesting reminder of, like, yeah, there's, like, a lot of good things somewhere you've just got to remember and be thankful for. And so it's like a hard thing. Gratitude is one of the easiest ways to level out the gap between the bad feelings you have and how you'd not like to have them. Also, sorry, I'm not going to be that person who travels overseas the first time in my life for a spoon. If I'm not mistaken, Australia and New Zealand literally will not let you leave their countries if you don't, like, they give the permission to leave. You can't just book a flight out of there, which, like, I mean, like, I understand. Also, like, I literally don't understand, but, like, I understand. Like, I don't. Like, that's like, see, that's where I was going actually before. Like, so we all collectively agree that if there is a harm from 5G, it's basically nothing. But even though some people don't want that in their bodies, that the group value to letting that happen is lower than the individual harm from no. And we do the same with calcium in the water. Is it calcium or chloride? Chlorine? It's gotta be calcium. Fluoride, not calcium. See, you'd figure calcium in the water would be good. I think calcium is what causes water to be so hard. You know what, did I never need to drink milk growing up because there's so much calcium in my water? You know, I've never... keep your expectations high and you might die, is an Ezra Morgan quote, apparently. I like that one, Jake Zemeshki. Anyway, I think that, I think there's an interesting thing in that, like, when you're talking about things in the abstract, it's easy to come to a conclusion that you then don't match when you see it in reality. And I think, you know, like, we make cases like that all the time. You know, you can very easily argue that exactly like those two cases, we put fluoride in the water, and it makes most people's teeth better. And if you don't want fluoride in the water, now you can't drink the water. There's no opt-out. You have to buy water. It's more expensive. Even though you pay for that water, you can't drink it if you don't want fluoridated water. Because fluoride doesn't have any health downsides. It's just you might not want it, or you might think there is a downside that is worse. If it's still lagging for you, by the way, it is now on your end. We've solved the issue on my end. I'm glad to tell you. I think that, I think there's an interesting thing in, like, if you look at, like, again, in the abstract, everyone has beliefs that, like, sometimes change in reality. And I think it's funny how many people, like, people who are, like, super authoritarian or super not authoritarian, like, you should never tell someone what to do, immediately flip their stances when they're exposed to the real world. Like, sometimes it's because they are, you know, incredibly high or low risk, and therefore they're the one, you know, like, there's this interesting thing, right? The idea of, like, everyone sacrificing so that everyone sacrificing for the greater good of everyone, or rather, yeah, everyone making a small sacrifice to make things good for everyone. Like, sounds really good in theory, but then what happens the first time you're asked to make a sacrifice? And a lot of people realize, like, actually, sacrifices are fine. I like helping people out. This isn't such a bad thing. You know, maybe I am more of an authoritarian than I thought. Maybe, you know, like, when I see the collective good goal that I can't achieve by myself, I need everyone else to be on the same page as me. Yeah, we of course need to make that thing happen. And I've also seen the reverse happen to people. Also, thank you, Protestant 5108, for the money. The filthy... Also, most water doesn't have fluoride, says Andrew M. In the UK, it does. It's, like, obviously you live in the United States where I want to say it's like a locally controlled thing. But not everyone... Fun fact. I don't live in America. This tap water right here, not only will it give me kidney stones because of how hard the water is in this area, it's got a bunch of calcium and other stuff like that. But, this has got fluoride in it. My teeth are going to be way better off when I drink this. Mandatory fluoride. Like, you can't taste the difference. There is no perceivable downside. But also, it's a choice I didn't make. We all made that for me, right? And so it's funny, because a lot of people who thought they were on the other side of that, like, yeah, I think we should just tell people... You know, a lot of people, their attitude towards, like, crime and anything else like that is like, well, if they didn't want the... You know, if they didn't want the punishment, they shouldn't have done the crime. Or whatever, you know, like, we all decide we don't like, you know, and so a lot of people are, like, kind of authoritarian, and they realize in reality, like, oh, yeah, when it comes to, like, when I'm the one who's being attacked by this, I suddenly don't like it. You know, I used to think that, you know, I don't know, police, or I used to think that, I used to think that taxes were for other people. I'm now realizing that, like, oh, it's not this abstract pile of money that comes from nowhere. People pay for that, including me. And then you don't get a say over how it's spent. That seems, you know, like, it's funny. Witnessing people change over time is, like, probably a good thing for growth. But also, sometimes it's, like... I guess it's good that, like, because some people say that that's like flip-flopping to change your opinion. I think it's like basic science skills though, right? To, like, when you are presented with new information, to change your stance. And again, I can't say I've changed any huge stances. But actually, you know, I think the biggest one is like I think for a while, when opinions are still being formed on something, you know, you get to be on one side or the other of it. But after a while, like, it just becomes known or true. Also, I live in the desert, and what bugs me is that we pump grey water back into aquifers instead of cleaning it, which is totally possible and sanitary because people think it's gross. See, yeah, that is a, like, people's feelings on, that is a very common problem. I've heard that's a lot of places. Like, I do feel, like, to me, it's not about the grossness, right? It's like, I want to know, when tap water comes into my house, that it's fine. Like, the reason, like, I'm not saying I'm against it without knowing what's going on there. But, like, when you make it my responsibility to recycle my grey water into clean water again, I then have a part in my house that if I don't keep an eye on, like, you know, I have a boiler, and it broke, actually, are boilers common in America? Like, I guess some formats. But I have a boiler that runs my hot water and all my radiators. And it just broke after I moved in. Like, it slowly started to break a little bit. And then it broke all at once. And then it started, like, pouring water everywhere. It was a whole nightmare. Because the guy who installed it made a mistake and, like, hadn't screwed something on. So it came out and, like, all the water got mixed. It was a huge problem. And it's like, oh god. I'm glad that was just hot water and not hot water that were being mixed there, you know? Like, imagine if something like that breaks in my, you know. What else do you use other than a boiler? Says Leanne Vandermeer. I don't know. I think it's like I think it's a furnace that people have. That's not a boiler, right? Yeah. You put actual wood in there. Again, I know this sort of stuff changes around the world. I know people who have wells, like, if you remember Kit Kat's common mod from a while ago, she has a literal well. That happened when you were covering the Nether in ice, lol. I don't recall covering the Nether in ice. That seems like a silly project. Why would anyone do that? Yeah, no, that was like just I guess what I'm saying is like I like the idea of things just working, and obviously like I think everyone should like that too. Like that's a pretty normal one. But also things don't just work, right? There's like a lot of we also have to work out how to minimize the worst case scenario sometimes. We call them furnaces, but it's the same thing. Water heater, same thing. They have tanks that water heats. Is it the same water that you heat your house with though, right? I don't think it is. I think that's the key difference between I also have a well, says Enderstar. See, Jackie Ann and Enderstar and Myra 5. That is definitely how you say that. I'm sticking with it. You all live in the 1600s. Ah, well you see, I need some water. I'd better throw my bucket. You better hope that children don't get stuck down there, you know? Like I don't know how this is a real thing that you're not joking about, but somehow it do be that way. Free water. I mean, it's free until the well collapses, which it eventually always does. Also, that's the, again, I know water always comes from somewhere, but it's terrifying because, like, sometimes the water just comes out covered in mud or something, and it's like, means the wells run dry. It's all terrible. Everything about this is terrible. It's like, you know, the solution, we didn't, like, sewage pipes are one of those really modern inventions. And that's terrifying every time I remember that, because, like, oh yeah, we used to just, this is literally what we did. You had a bucket you filled with your poo and your pee, and you threw it onto the street. And it was the street's problem, and someone could clean it there if they really wanted to. It's like, that doesn't seem good. That seems very unsanitary. I would even go as far as to say. We were talking about in-house wells, which are purified and softened and comes out my tap, says Rahul Chandra. You know what? No, I don't. I grew up well. I'll blame it for my problems, I guess. You know what? Yeah, if you are so worried about falling down your well, how could you do anything else, Chantal? I don't understand. America, big country. Also America, wheels. Yeah, it's funny because America has, like, so much, like, dumb infrastructure. Like, even if a town has 7 people, they'll have, like, fully paved roads in and out. And they'll have, like, you know, all the things that people see as necessary. And they'll go through great distances to make sure that works. You know, huge government and state subsidies, etc. But then, like, it's like, you know what? I think we draw the line at water. Why would we provide water to people when we can just dig a well? Like, it's the 6th... I'm sure it actually does make sense. Like, again, I've never looked into wells. I just find it to be funny to imagine all Americans going out there with a bucket. You know? It sounds like a lot of fun. Can you explain the detail of your house fire insurance policy? If I purposely set my house on fire, am I still protected? I'm pretty sure that's how it works, Harlord Nope. I think your house will be fire retardant from that moment onwards. I do believe that's how it be. Took out Phil Sudan's Air Force in your end. That'd be a crossover episode. We can't be having that. There's no bucket involved, sorry. Are you sure there's no bucket, or have you just never seen the bucket? That's my question. When you're rolling spread out, it's more efficient. Or what, a hand pump instead of a bucket? Well, bucket sounds too old. See, a hand pump is still insane. That's like, what is any of this? This is not okay. I disapprove of your methods. Rural areas. Honestly, that's the weird thing about the Americas is like, especially the United States is one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but like, there's only so much. You know, in fact, I think it's generally speaking, it's like the wealthiest. Like, not wealthiest per person, but wealthiest as a globe. But it's like, yeah, when you have that much area to cover, like, efficient infrastructure is hard. Efficient infrastructure is very hard. I know, I guess I like living, like, I think, it's like the American dream to live as far away from other people as you can. Like, even if you live in, like, a big city, usually people live in suburbs, where you have this giant plot of land with a huge garden, etc. But the downside to that is you can't walk anywhere. You have to drive everywhere all the time. And so, like, when your car breaks, you better hope that you have a way to contact. You know, like, the USA is the 3rd richest world country. I think that's by person though, right? Actually, wait, let me. Wealthiest country. Like, I know by GDP it is. If you go by, like, wealth stored in the country, Yeah, it's only listed countries by total wealth. Yeah, it's the United States. I don't know how you got to third. Like, it's third by no metric. It's just because there's a lot of people, and then, like, the average per person is very high for a country of that many people. Most countries that have, like, 100 million people are, like, poor as balls, you know? I think that, like, even if you have all that money, it's like there's no like efficient way to spread it. It's like Norway has this funny problem. Norway is actually is the wealthiest country in terms of like its government per person. But also Sonic the Hedgehog X, thank you for becoming a channel member. But even on like even when you're that level of wealth, it's like there's just no point building certain things. Like that we just won't get used to. Like if we build a rail line between these two places, 7 people will use it a day. Even though we're very, you know, it's like one of the things that oh god, how am I gonna mine that? Okay, I'm gonna bridge out to it. Gonna make a little jump, and then we'll mine that from over here, and then we'll just lose this block. I should have done this better than I'm doing it, but it's fine. Okay, so there's gonna be 1 block left when we're done. It's very, very nerve-wracking to try and pick up these blocks, but we must do it. Oh. Also, thank you, Sidekick Man, for the $2 tip. Hope you're doing wonderful. Why do swear words even exist? It's like a code word you can only use around friends. The richest per person countries are going to be tax havens. Says Harlod. Nope. Generally speaking, that's not actually true. It's the richest countries are usually like the richest countries are usually like very wealthy in some natural resource. But then yeah, after that, the other reason is like having other people like. Okay, here's the thing, right? As a country, you can choose who to allow in, effectively. Whether directly, or whether by just encouraging certain people. I don't know. If you can... I don't know, for example, New Zealand still encourages European descent people, and you get a slight ease of immigration over other types, you know? Take from that what you will. But also, countries like New Zealand and Monaco and Macau will also give you like a off the hook if you have enough money. And that sounds like really mean and unequal. But also it's like again, and you know, like on a moral level, say what you will. But it's also like, you know, if you could pick someone to live in your town, wouldn't you want a wildly wealthy person? You know, they're going to tip a bunch at the local restaurant. They're gonna, you know, like, right? If you could pick someone just based on wealth, you'd pick that, right? And so yeah, it's interesting stuff. Anyway, I want to talk about real things today. So how is the weather in your part of the world, internet? No, I was thinking about like a lot of people say they like the streams that don't get many viewers because you know just like this one because they like that it's a also Minewaft. Am I reading that correctly? Mintquaft. Thank you for that one, Tossed Carp. Favorite US state, says Blue Aether. I feel so bad. I missed 2 of your tips now. I don't hate you, Blue Aether. I like you, Blue Aether. It was a pure coincidence, and I'll make it up to you by saying that Mintquaft is my favorite United States. My favorite United States state from the ones I've been to so far. I think Hawaii is really interesting. Like, I couldn't live there, but I would enjoy visiting there. Like, if I had a favorite place to visit, it would be either Nevada or Hawaii. If I had a favorite place, like, oh yeah, this is the better place to live. I don't know. I feel like it can't. Like the southeast has a problem with bugs and heat. Don't like bugs. Don't like heat. Don't like humidity. The Southwest has a problem with, like, either no money or, like, crazy high tax. You know, like, either there's no money or they'll take your money. You know, that's a problem if you intend to not get wealthy from the area. And so, I guess, like, the center, boring. I guess it's gonna be, like, I haven't been to Washington yet, but I've got high hopes for it. If not Washington, then, like, one of those... I think I quite like what I've seen from New England so far. I'm intending to spend some time in I wanna see some of the states up there. I wanna go to Maine. I wanna go to Vegas someday, says Jackie Ann. Vegas is one of those intense places you're even gonna love or hate. I'm gonna warn you right now. Vegas is a place that I feel like hits a very particular type of person in just the right spot. But like and I think they're doing good at trying to hit people who aren't that type of person. But it's also like, you know, you have to, like, how do I put it this way? Vegas is like this giant show of wealth in a, and like, I find that fascinating. I like, it's like it's such an interesting place in that level. But also, if you're the sort of person, and, you know, like a lot of, particularly in the UK, like, you know, like, wealth is not a thing to be shown off. It's something that is, like, dear to my heart. Like, I hate the idea of seeing people I know doing it. Like, to go somewhere where it's just that is always interesting. It's bizarre. I don't know how to describe my feelings on money sometimes. You know, actually, I do know how. It's good. There we go. But, do you mean you want to go to Washington State or DC? I know I'm going to Washington State, soon. On May the something. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Also, I'd rather live in England or Europe than anywhere in America. Yeah, that's it. I think about quite frequently whether it's better, you know, like on objective levels. Not that there's such thing as objectively better in things like this. But like, I think there are benefits to. It's kind of hard to even talk about in a functional sense. Okay, we're gonna fly down, and I think I looked at Enderman. I think I looked at a second one. Let's hope we didn't. If you don't like bugs and heat, don't come to Kentucky, lol. We're horrible for it. Yeah, right. That's the South's problem. I don't know how you get anything done with all of that heat going on there. Also, yeah, it's good to see a storm very day. Is might be the longest standing, stream regular / tipper that I can consistently name. I'm moving to Oregon next year and hope to settle down there and make my gay family. See, Portland is a very, I'm assuming Portland. You know, I'm not even going to question it. It's Portland or the surrounding area, right? I think that's such an interesting, like, draw for a city. Like, nowhere else in the world is, like, known as being, like, yeah, if you're one of the letters, you know, one of the many delightful letters, come live here. Are you the B, are you the L, are you the T, are you the G, are you the I?
America.
Petition to delete America. Honestly, again, it's funny though, like, all the problems I have with America are exactly the opposite of what Americans hate about America. Right? Like, it's one of those, like, grass is greener on the other side things, I think. Like, you are trapped inside, to some extent, of a very large, very diverse, very beautiful country. That also does some questionable things, and that also doesn't care too much about you as an individual. Whereas when you're in a European country, there is a, you know, wrongly, rightly, whatever you want to say, there is a much more sense of, like, yeah, the government will look after you to some higher level, but that does not come for free, you know. It's like that. It's a really nice concept, right? It's like if it's like when you go around someone's when someone's like grandma offers you cookies and you're like, I'm not even your grandson, and you're gonna give me cookies, me, your friend's grandson. But then afterwards, she was like, okay, when you turn 20, I want those cookies back. And, obviously, I'm gonna charge interest too. I want, you know the free cookies you ate today? I want $1,400 in exchange. You can wait till you're 40 or 50 or 60, you know, obviously we'll charge interest the whole time. But I want the money. Because cookies don't come for free. You know that's how it works. I feel like Rutt does not care about me personally. I actually don't know anything about the Dutch Prime Minister. Honestly, truth be told. I think the figureheads of government never care about you individually. Like, the art of politics means that a government figure is never going to care about you. But the idea is the system is set up to care about you. Someone who set up a system at one point cared about someone. Or at the very least, they cared about, you know, trying to deal with some figures, right? We need to wait till Granny's dead. Exactly. If Granny dies, you don't have to pay her back. And so let's steal as much. Let's ask Granny to. Let's borrow as much money as we can from Granny, under the hopes that it's all fine. Actually, I've heard of so many again, it like kind of, it's funny to say, but also it's like very troubling. I've heard of so many Americans who plan is like, oh yeah, so we're talking about debt forgiveness so much that by the time, you know, I'm done with college, we'll have just forgiven all the debt, so I can go to college for free. I'm just gonna get all the debt I can, and it's like, ooh, that feels like a really dangerous game to play with a very minimal outcome, you know. And so, yeah, I don't know what to say, so I didn't drink Fanta today, says Katie. Can't believe you didn't drink Fanta today. Of all the days not to drink Fanta, you choose my birthday. It could be my birthday for all you know. Playing with fire. Yeah, right, it's see, but it's funny because if enough people make poor decisions, they become smart decisions. Like, this is what annoys me about housing. If you look at the housing market objectively, it's like, yeah, we you know, you should not be spending... A house is not worth this amount objectively. But because it's underpinned by this giant organization that has to care about all the people who made back... Like, it's like the stock market or whatever. You know, like, if you think about the bank bailout, the reason they had to bail out all the banks is because otherwise lots of voters get upset, etc., 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 and lose all their life savings. Innocent people. My long boy came today, says Lizzie S. M long boy? Your long boy, I'm assuming. Congratulations on the long boy. A lot of people have just started getting theirs. Like, I thought everyone had gotten theirs by now. Honestly, I guess there are still some arriving. I'm very excited for you, Lizzie's. I'm very excited. Is today your birthday? There's a 1 in 365 chance that it is. Honestly, I would love to actually forget my birthday and then every day wake up being like, oh, is it my birthday? Oh, it's not. Maybe another day. Also, yeah, the End Island is receding in size very quickly. I think we're basically done. Look how close we are to finished here. This is exciting. This is a big moment for us all. Also, I got my long boy a while ago. Now it chills the original Toy Cat plush. But yeah, I think there's a funny thing in, like, you know, can an entity of millions of people ever care about you individually? No. But like, you can set it up so it tries to care about the collectives of people, right? Like, I don't know. This is why you see, like, a lot of conflicts in government. Like, I don't know. The person who's in charge of health will be like, yeah, why are we not always, you know, like, why are children so fat? And the person in charge of money will be like, well, McDonald's pays us a bunch of money, so, you know, that you gotta, and like, by everyone having their own interests, you hopefully have a world that averages out to the barest minimum cares being given to you. It doesn't work out that way a lot of the time, but it's meant to. Also, what does the IBX mean? Imperial Battalion 10. If you want to learn the full story, I've made a video called Why Am I Called IBX Toy Cat? You might enjoy. People dislike the student loan system so much in the Netherlands. A lot of people are just maxing out their debt, hoping it becomes drama so no one has to pay. See, yeah, that's the thing I was talking about. Like, if enough people make a bad decision, it stops being a bad decision because it's someone else's problem. And that sounds like I'm being really cynical, but it's like, again, we've proven time and time again that if you, as long as you don't feel like you made a mistake, it's fine. Anyway, it is a, like, here's something, right? Let me enlighten you all about something. It's called Why Am IBX Toy Cat and If I Spoke Even Faster. Thank you, Harrison Gray, for naming the video correctly. I think there is a really interesting thought on this, right? And it's this idea that you know, you only have to make decisions smarter than X. Like, you know the way security works? Like, you can never have a truly safe house. You can only have a house that's safer than your neighbor's. And then people will break into your neighbor's house and not yours. Stopping theft, like, removing crime altogether is near impossible. You can only, like, redirect it, basically. Man, this is a nightmare to work on, huh? Also, our first new member of the stream. First new member in a while, honestly. We've, it's been a long time. Okay, let's, yeah, we're at 584 members. We stayed we stayed at the exact same number of members for February and March. Thank you for, like, we gained members, but we lost them at the exact same rate. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Mr. Mr. Sidekick Man. Wait, you know what we're gonna listen to? Do. Do. But yeah, I know. I think it. See, right, there is a problem with that though. Of like, should you act in a sensible way, knowing that if acting not sensibly has incentives? Because this is the philosophical question that like drives like pretty much everyone, and you will seem like a heartless monster if you say anything that is not you should help people now. But like if for instance, right, if you have a policy of I don't know, let's pick a really emotive example. Let's go like student loans aren't emotional enough. I need to pick something more emotional. If you take if you oh god. If you take something like letting people who come illegally, yeah, there we go. That's spicy for Americans of the stream. Should you let people, I forget the term, undocumented people who came to America illegally, stay there? And the answer, like, if you know anyone, is like, well, they're nice people. Why don't we just, they're here. Why don't we just acknowledge it? That's clearly the smart thing to do in the moment. However, when you do that, and it's every like 10 years or so, what happens is they'll do that and they'll be like, yeah, if we don't like that you broke our laws to come here, but you can have all the rights of being here because you clearly do live here, because you know, like that's how it be. And then like what happens is people know that eventually, if you you know, again, like the legal process takes so long, and so the illegal process is instant. It's just it will take a while until they acknowledge you as being legal and amnesty and whatever else. But like what you do is every time you're nice to people now, you encourage more people to do something very dangerous, because crossing the border illegally is incredibly dangerous for everyone involved. And like again, I have no dog in this horse. I'm not American, and I don't have family who are illegally in America or intend to be. I'm luckily I'm luckily off the level where I can choose to live in America legally if I want to. It's not my issue, my thing to have issues with. But I think it's very, oh god, my end is so terrifying to look at now. I think it's a very interesting kind of issue, right? I think, like, do you want to minimize harm now or harm ever? Because you can create a lot more harm, and like I think this is like true in your personal life too. Hello, it me, Mr. Bast, will give $1,000 if say E. It's funny, every single time someone makes a fake YouTuber like profile picture and name, everyone's like, there's no way this can be fake. I mean, there's no verified, like, it's one of those, there's a few things you can guarantee about some number of people in chat. There's always going to be people who are, it's been a really, really long time since Andrew said my name in a stream. Hello, Dino Dashers. Do you feel better now? Have I solved your problem sufficiently, would you say? Yeah, there is a real thing of like, do you want to minimize harm right now or harm long term? Because obviously, like, the actual solution long term is you work out, you know, whatever the long-term solution for that is.
Got stimulated by Joe Biden, so here is a tip you don't even have to dance for.
I'm gonna dance anyway. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Also, did another stimulus arrive? That is exciting. I guess, yeah, that stimulus would be stimulated. You did get stimulated. That is factually accurate. It sounds incorrect. So it sounds a bit weird. Also, thank you so much, Ethan Roche, for becoming a support cat. I appreciate you joining the Cool Cat Club. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched your stream of videos. Hey, it's good to see you again, though, Ethan Roche. I hope you enjoy them while you enjoy them. Also, thank you, DayX Lane, for becoming a member as well. Welcome to the club. But yeah, so, I don't know, like, an example in your personal life is like, I don't know, sometimes you have to acknowledge that your goals are wrong, and it hurts when you acknowledge that, but also, do you then not set other goals, or do you set a new goal and you hope for that? It's very hard to know for sure. Like it's hard to know for sure, and the answer is there's no correct answer. It's all gonna feel bad, and therefore you should always feel bad. But yeah, it's the whole thing. Utilitarianism Minecraft stream. I subbed to the right channel. See, but the utilitarianism, like doing the right thing, like people think about it in a moment in time, right? But what about the long term? And like here's something, right? Take the trolley problem. So you whatever you do, you're gonna have like nightmares about. Should you care about, you know, like the things you can accomplish in your lifetime are gonna be diminished if you're traumatized. Do you put any value on that, or is that silly? Also, thank you Sidekick Man for $1, and also thank you Mr. Bean. Hello it be Mr. Based. I will say the IBX more cats Rest question. Thank you to all these high quality Mr. Beast clones. This is the real Joe Biden. Oh my god, can't believe it. Can you believe that's the real Joe Biden in my chat? Oh. You know, I didn't believe it was like when Oraf was like in chat for the first time. I was like really cautious as to whether it was actually him. It took me a while. I was questioning it, but I did come to the right conclusion. Anyway, that it was him, or maybe it's been a very convincing fake. We don't know for sure, do we? But yeah, also thank you Force Logical for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club. But sometimes there are things in your life where you have to do a bad thing to avoid doing more bad things, or you have to not do a good thing to avoid doing a bad thing. And it's very bizarre because we like to think that you can always be positive and etc, etc, etc. But sometimes, like, what if the right thing to do is the wrong thing to do? You know, like, here's an example. I don't understand why this is a social convention, but it is, so we just accept it, okay? If you don't want to do something, you don't say, I don't want to do the thing. It's like actually, you know, if you invite me to your party and I say, no, I would not like to come to your party, you'll assume that I don't like you. When really I don't want, like, you know, Force Logical, I don't want to come to your party. I'm sorry. I just don't want to. It's just I don't want to be at that event. I don't like parties enough to justify coming to one. But you don't say that. You never say I don't want to come to your party. You don't ever say I would not like to hang out because that is socially draining. You say I can't. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm busy that day. Or you say, oh, I can't come. I'm sick. I wish if I wasn't sick, you know, totally. You know, you have to be like, I want to, but I can't. I am physically impeded from being able to do so. And that's like human social conduct. I am Dram and I will speedrun eating Mr. Bates money. Please, I will eat money. IBX, you are very yes question again. I'm guessing this is Moo from the let me go through my, I think I can see your donation history. If that isn't, oh no, I don't want to say your name, but I've never heard of you before. Brefrezi. I thank you for your very fun. I wonder where these IDs even come from. I'm guessing it's PayPal or something. Anyway, I think that. Oh, we are really filling up these end boxes, these shulker boxes quickly, huh? There'll come a day where introverts are accepted in society. You know, this is my norm. No, I totally do understand. No, I don't even understand. I don't know what the word is, but like, yeah, life is weird when you're. Okay, I'm gonna try and get as many of these as I can, real quick. And we're gonna do the last of this all in one big batch. The rest of the end island is going right now, right here. Ruffy's a regular and you say you never heard of him. I do believe that you know what do I believe? Does Toy Cat believe anything? Maybe he doesn't. Anyway, so I think that like in the same way you do that. Sometimes it is better though, just say actually. Like, because, you know, here's the funny thing. If you don't want to hang out with someone, you don't say, we are not friends. Like, if you just don't like someone and they're asking to hang out, you'll also just say, oh, sorry, I can't. And I think sometimes it is better to just be like, actually, I do, you know, like, you seem cold, you'll seem like a monster, and it's not nice. But sometimes you might be doing someone a favor by, like, telling people the truth is hard, but also long-term can be better for both of you. Also, thank you so much, Vitalin.
Remember that time you said you would toss a pickaxe into the void : toy cat embarrassed : toy cat confused : toy cat dab sending you America's money. I'm a real person, just believe it foolish to use real name on the internet for up.
Would you like me to throw a pickaxe in the void? It wasn't very clear, but I can do that for you, Vitalini. You have swung the $100 necessary for Toycat to throw a pickaxe in the void. Toycat dabbles in nihilism. Who doesn't dabble in nihilism? IBX, yes, Cat, this is my last done. I've been watching you since the console days. Hey, also, wait, thank you so much, Pittsfield Rallyfan for the high tip. What a fun tip that is. No wider intent, just high. The void demands a sacrifice. But you know, is that what you want, Vitalini? Let me find you in chat. Vitalini, just some. I know he's a member. They're a member. You know, I don't know how to take Vitalini as a name. Rally fan, Rail fan. Ah, you're a fan of Rail in Pittsfield. Does Pittsfield have a Rail? Why are you holding a pickaxe? Okay, here you go, chat. This is the moment. I throw my pickaxe that I loved into the void, and it vanishes. Man. Dark, right? Anyway, so let's throw a new pickaxe out here, and let's finish up the mining, huh? Thank you very much, Vitalini. You know, I'd make that trade again. I'll throw as many damn pickaxes into the void as people have $100 they want to give to me. That is my new policy. Questionable survival and project suggestion.
Questionable survival and project suggestion. Laminate the void. Place glass blocks at the bottom of the world all around the main island.
Oh yeah, no, that's one we've discussed on stream a bunch. I'm actually working on a video right now. Like I have a series of videos where I do dumb things in creative that I want to do in survival, but I know it's a pretty bad idea. And so that is one of those ideas. Where it's like I shouldn't, but also... Okay, wait, can we mine this? I shouldn't, but also I want to. Okay, this is gonna go very quickly. We're gonna get all of our scaffolding back now. Or not all of it, we're gonna get as much as we can back. Oh. Chuck yourself into the void, IBX Toycat. I thought you said it was your last tip, you liar Brezzy. It was efficiency for unbreaking free, not even the best pick. It was the pickaxe I was holding, and the best of the 2 diamond pickaxes I offered earlier. What do you think of the new raw ores, says Harrison Wilby does stuff?
I'm too lazy to
this is
figure out
scary.
Streamlabs, so I'm tipping more money than I would have otherwise.
Thank you, Jack Blevins. Unless you're telling me you would have tipped $7 otherwise. That means you're still losing out to Streamlabs. But no, yeah, I actually, you know, if you are one of those people like that, because I totally understand, like, you know, give me money in any way you want. I like money more than I dislike Susan taking 30%. But I do want to know, for anyone who like is confused by Streamlabs, tell me why. Let's work it out. So yeah, this is scary. I don't want to do this. I don't want to die. How do I not die? Okay, chat. So I need to break this last block and then not die. Oh, Lord. Okay. It's gone. We now have 1 fewer end island. It is vanished. All the way into this pickaxe. Look at that. There was an end island there earlier today. Let me find a picture from earlier in this stream. Let me do the... Okay, we're gonna fast forward a few seconds. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I don't know if this is even gonna work as a comparison actually. Here is, look, there was an island there, and now if I go to the exact same spot from before, let me get that almost exactly. We go to the same spot where there's a torch in front of me, and you see it in real life, and the island is gone. There's something just satisfying about. Wait, let's go a little bit further forward. Let's just make that like yellow spot go away. Okay, there we go. Wait, no, God, I can't pause it anymore. The pause. Okay, there we go. So that is now that. And that was a lot bigger before, obviously. That was just 2 hours ago, or an hour and 16 minutes ago. Let me find it from the first one of these. I guess I could just find like 2 streams ago. But that is enjoyable. That is fun. It's gone. But now we have to move on to hard adventures. Mostly including this island right here. Like, I want to remove the dark spots first of all. And then I want to mine this thing down. I guess I want to really like mine, like, I want to make it like a vertical slice kind of thing. That's my goal. You're a wizard. I did it. Wizardry is how I did it. That's an official answer. Okay, let's go. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna mine a vertical slice of the end. Just like a cake. We're gonna make a little vertical slice. And the idea is to make the end more like flat on one side to make it uglier. Because if it's ugly, it looks like I made it, and then it'll look really impressive that I made something so ugly. That is my high quality idea. Do not tell me I'm wrong. IBX speech impediment cat. I used to be so bad at speaking on the internet, and see, it's interesting that you can like kind of see that looking back at my videos. Because again, I used to make audio videos before like audio, you know, like commentary was a widespread thing. Every now and then people get recommended my oldest, like it's me playing a Modern Warfare 2 game very badly, by the way. Like I'm not even playing interestingly. I'm playing uninterestingly and badly. You can barely hear me over the audio. I've got a much thicker accent, and there's just wild gaps between things I say, like, "Hey, how's it going?" So I'm kind of uninteresting, except all the ways in which I'm really uninteresting. Also, I think the moon landing was fake, and that cheese is a conspiracy made up by Big Milk to keep us buying more milk products. Hey Toy Cat, why do you never say Dream's name? It's a you know, whose name? Sorry. What? Whose name don't I say? I don't understand. There was a big blank in your comment. I just blacked out from those last 10 seconds. I don't know what I said, but it was probably nonsense, right? Oh god, this is a scary block to mine. Okay, let's keep going. The opposite of bad speaking is, hey epic dudes, today we do USSR libertarianism in my MC moon landing, fake Western pig propaganda. See, I think people don't like fake confidence sometimes, but like, it's better to be fake confident than like fake unconfident, right? Or like real unconfident, maybe, I don't know. It's, like, I do totally emphasize with the position they're in. Also, you should map out the end. Don't you worry, I have a plan for something like that. But first, we're going to mine all the way vertically here. Pick up some endstone. Oh, yeah, so chat. A lot of people like coming to streams where there's no one here because there's a lot more opportunities to talk to chat, right? And so today, that's people say they like when you interact with chat, but I'm convinced they mean interacting with them. And so to prove that, I'm going to take a random person who I don't recognize. Someone who is brand new to the stream. This is their first ever stream. I don't actually, honestly, there's no way I can tell that by looking. But I'm going to look at like a, let's find a name here. You know, it's got to be a dumb name. Anax.cs. Sorry, your name's dumb. I'm going to be responding to just you, Anax.cs. Everyone else in chat, you don't exist right now. Me and Anax.cs are going to have a conversation. And because, again, I'm going to put him on the spot real hard, this is your moment. Anax.cs, whatever your next message is, I'm going to read it out loud to everyone else on stream. You got to make this one count. I want to, like, test this, like, premise of, like, you know, if you put people under a lot of pressure, can they produce entertaining things? I would guess no. I'd guess But like annex.cs, you know, I think you can do this. You gotta prove me wrong now. You gotta prove me right now. Let's do it, you know. So I'm looking for you, annex.cs. I'm excited for this next message. Where are you? I'm so offended by you saying my name is dumb. This is slander. That's the best you can offer, annex.cs. I'm disappointed. I thought you could do better than this. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, that was high quality. Let's pick someone else. You know what? Let's go with I thought we were friends. We have a parasocial relationship and everything. you're not new to the stream, but you know what? Give me your best message, annex.cs. You know, actually, I'm gonna get Orphan Puncher, and you know, actually, Jake Dodge, you too. You know, Jake Dodge, I bet you have a high quality thing to tell me right now. You know, you don't have to worry about being co-op in chat. I'm gonna read you out. This is gonna be the highest quality message we have all day. I'm still keeping an eye on the names I've said. Honestly, I forgot everyone besides annex.cs and someone with a funny picture that I'll remember when I see it. High quality. Imagine chat making content. See, right, like people say though, they love the chat, and it's like, well, you don't. You love yourself. Annex.cs says I'm an introvert. Sorry, boys. Okay, I'm looking for a person with funny picture. I'll know it when I see it, probably. Are you on a controller? I am on a controller. No, I'm not reading your messages. I'm looking for I see you, Phoebe. Where are these people? I'm looking for them, and I'm not seeing them. But chat can be amusing, and that's half of the stream. Yeah, I honestly do think there is like I think chat though, when it grows, like obviously there's like some things that change. My kindergarten teacher told me I should love myself, and I always do what I'm told. That is high quality Robin Brooks. I hope that works out for you. Annex.cs says Toycat laughed at something I said, and for that my day is much better. Love you, Andrew. Subscribing prevents house fires, then what?
If subscribing prevents house fires, then what does becoming a member do? Prevent floods?
Becoming a member means that other people in your life will be protected from house fires. Subscribing can only protect yourself. Membership is like the family plan, if you will. You know, I wanted to find your next message, person who's I've lost you. You know, it's funny how many people like you on the spot literally don't respond at all. You know, annex.cs. We can criticize him for his name. We can criticize him for his introvertedness. But when the Call of Duty was put on him, he did it. Chat's quality did improve since when I first joined streams, though. Oh yeah, the single worst thing about when I used to stream, like I used to despise chat. No offense, because it would be 80%. How can I join? And it's like this is a single player world. You and then insert nice things I would say here. Like what you know, this is the weird thing about the internet. Even if only 1% of people ask a very obvious question that it's answered in so many places, 1% of people asking is a huge amount of chat. Because right now in chat we can see there's like, I'd say maybe like 70 people. It's about 10% of people. So if only 1% of people watching decide to ask some really obvious question, like, why do you play Bedrock? Back when I played the 360, how can I join your game? It means that like 1/10 of chat becomes that. Heaven forbid it's an even higher number. And so it became like a huge, also screaming at night bot. Oh yeah, it was funny. People were like mad. I had a bot for it. Chat quality after annex.cs joined. And then it's a graph going up. You know, I respect that almost as much as I respect annex.cs. My favorite toy chatter. You know, you say you made that your day's better because you made me laugh. I would like to believe that my day is better because I made someone else's day better. So really, you're the hero of the day. Annex.cs. Toycat, how do Nah, we're gonna leave that question. Parasocial relationship isn't the only thing growing. Thank you very much, Annex.cs. You know, see, he's worked on his routine. He's put something together just for us. We should all feel very, very special, chat. He's done this just for our benefit. And that's very nice. He didn't have to. I'm assuming he. You're not. Shouldn't assume he. Gonna stick with it anyway. Actually, wait. I'm gonna. Well, this is my new game. I'm gonna ask people in chat how they came up with their names. Anax.cs. How did you come up with that name? I'm guessing the CS is computer science. It could be your initials or something. What about you, John Borison? Oh, that's Boris Johnson. That's clever. Whoa, just assuming my gender. Not cool, fam. I have indeed worked out he's a guy. See even the jokes about like the fact that you'd make a joke about it. See that tells me you're a guy. Because something to do with like compassion changing from gender to gender. Let's find another question. Let's find another name. We're gonna ask about. How'd I come up with my name? Says Harrison Gray. You looked at the American spelling for Gray and you thought, I need some of that in my life. We all know how it happened. Okay, we're gonna finish my. Oh, I need to put a little torch down there. Can I reach down there? I cannot reach down there. We'll just put a torch there, I guess. Whatever. And stone pickaxe. And stone pickaxe indeed. Okay, so I'm now going to just mine these into the void. Oh, no, I don't have to do that yet. Okay, I do have to now. Oh no, I need to mine back up to this. Okay, then we're going to lose all these blocks to the void. It's fine, because we're making this wall nice and straight, which is all I want right now. Okay, so we need to get out of this, which is scary, but I can do it. Oh god, it's so scary. And now we want to keep on straightening this wall up, so we're going to go here next. And we're going to do the same. So, raw endstone update when? I think they should give some ore to the end. I think, hear me out, copper ore in the end. Like, the end doesn't make any sense. Oh god, the chat has become a nightmare. You not see? Chat, everyone's always like, yeah, chat's so great. Look at chat now and tell me it's great. You know what, chat? Look at yourself, chat. Take a look in the mirror and tell me this is okay. Pick a normal name, but make sure it's pronounced weirdly. Says, you know, Leanna is the normal way to pronounce your name. I'm sorry that Leanna is the Dutch way to pronounce the name, but you know, this is my high quality Dutch accent. What have we done? Says Robin Brooks. You know, sometimes we spend too long asking if and not why, and then we have things like this that happen. Do you think I can fall onto that block there safely? Oh god! Okay, the answer is yes, but I really shouldn't have. Okay, now we put a torch over there. We're gonna have to mine this block and then just fly. Oh lord, I do not like it. Every time, it doesn't get any better. You'd figure it would, but it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna try and find some names to mispronounce. Akatilina Rivasa Von. Thank you very much for I'm just doing Dutch about. I'm just roasting one of my mods today. Thank you for the obsidian ore idea. I'm just saying thank you because I mocked your name. You know, I don't need to say thank you to your idea, Caitlin. You know, obsidian ore might be a terrible idea. You know, it is a terrible idea. Yeah, how about that? Let's put chat's feet to the fire, shall we? I think that Teresa Lara Miloi. Yeah, I can't mock names without just doing a Dutch accent now. That is how this works. That's how this works. It's not even a Dutch accent. It's just vaguely European, maybe a little bit German. It's not even very Dutch. It's slowly turning to Indian because this is how the accents go on the streamer. I'm sorry, internet. I failed you. I failed everyone, and I'd like to stop failing you now. Thank you very much, Diluted Dante, for ending my terrible spree. You should put on a screen. I'm just trying my end because I play Bedrock. See, that's the thing though. I don't want to let that's letting the terrorists win. A person doesn't ever use chat like me. If a person doesn't ever chat like a person, does a person that doesn't chat like me count as chat? I'm gonna say yeah. The moment you start chatting, you become chat. You know, that is the rule. You might have been chatting all stream like Anax.cs, my favorite chatter, would like to re-reference how much we all love Anax.cs over here. How'd you handle the pressure of being famous, is Annex.cs. See, I know this newfound fame is like rising to your head, but the answer is you don't. Your answer is you don't. Minecraft only came up with the cave update because Toycat wouldn't stop talking about it. Imagine if it is all some delayed April Fool's joke. I don't want to claim that I'm the exclusive reason, or even the biggest part of the reason, or even a big part of the reason. I think the Minecraft community as a whole wanted a cave update, and Minecraft was just like, well, we have to do it eventually. That's my like take on the cave update. What if you never type? Is it just viewer? Yeah, you're a viewer, and therefore you don't exist. Oh, what's that? You never left a chat message? Oh, I think you smell bad. Oh, what's that? Tell me what you don't like about that, viewers. Oh yeah, are you gonna type something in chat? Guess what? Now you're chat and you don't smell bad. Boom. Chat is yes, says Caitlin Reverse. 1. You know, you gotta name your child now, Caitlin Reverse 2. It's gotta be Caitlin the second. The second of the dynasty. So like here's another example, right? I said it by accident, but I realized it's an interesting thing what we talked about earlier. I have a really strong belief that we should not let the terrorists win. And that that sounds like a very obvious thing, right? Like, wait, I've always wanted the terrorists to win, personally. No, I think that like I think there's a lot of examples of this, but like for instance, I think that if people will like complain about something, I'm gonna make, you know, like when people tell me not to do something, I do it worse. Screw you, you don't get to tell me what to do. And I also think like you know, that so if you actually look into why 9/11 happened, I was shocked to learn that like, again, you always just assume like, oh yeah, they're just some idiots in the Middle East. Like they're well, again, people who cause lots of harm don't do it by accident. You know, like the Al-Qaeda is not a mistake. They are a very intentioned group that know what they are doing, and what they're doing is trying to cause maximum harm to our way of life, because our way of life it causes them a lot of harm. Or that's to their beliefs at least. Suggestion: turn a mountain upside down. See, that would take so long, but I do like the idea. I think even in creative that would take an absurd amount of time, like with commands and whatnot. Annex.cs, that's what attention does to you. If you're not terrified of terrorism, the terrorists lose. Exactly, right? If you when you hear about a terrorist attack, it shouldn't even make the news. It should be like, oh yeah, some idiots, you know, blew up a bunch of people, 60 dead. Also, the weather's it's gonna snow this weekend. It's pretty crazy, right? Like when someone wins your attention, they've still won. Even like people think like, oh yeah, you hear about this YouTuber? He had a scandal where like it turned out that he was really mean to someone once, and I don't want to watch him anymore. And you think you're winning by like not watching someone you're already not watching. No, you just learned about a brand new YouTuber that you've got a higher chance of liking when it comes up next. Whenever there's a terror attack, we like, especially, you know, the United States is really bad at this. Like there's a school shooting or something, and they're like, everyone needs to know about this. This needs to be the only subject in the media for the next 3 days. We're gonna have the same debate as last time. This guy's going to come on the news and he's going to say, this is why we need gun control. Then we're going to have a guy come on saying, actually, it's not the gun control's problem. It's the crazy person who's firing guns at children's problem. And then this guy is going to come on the news and say, actually, you know, I think we need to have some mental health checks. And, you know, this is a mental health problem. And then after the 3 days have passed, we're going to wait and we're going to say, thank God this will never happen again. And then in another month, it's going to be a thing. So, like, I think that, like, the policy, like, it's like kind of widely known at this point, that all you got to do to, like, if you want to encourage something, all you got to do is, like, make them an anti-hero. Because anti-famous is a type of famous. Like, if I criticize someone in chat right now, I hate the fact that news is monetized now instead of being purely informative. It makes sense. Like, I understand how it happened, but I don't like it. Yeah, I agree with you. Annex.cs. The hero of the chat. 69, also, Wyverntail, I don't type in chat. Only donations, though, because I'm not a peasant. Am I still considered one of them? You know, I did always assume that you were typing in chat and that I just somehow didn't see it, Wyverntail. Wait, are you the same person as... You know, we'll think about that later. You know, I'm going to put you as, I would say, super chat or tips. They're a form of chatting. They're just more direct and much nicer. Jennifer Lampersky says, say my last name. That's not your real last name. Don't agree with you. Yeah, I think that genuinely, even though, like, you know, so when something bad happens, if you can prevent that bad thing happening again, sure, do that. Like, if we can literally prevent any form of terror attack, which, by the way, we can't. All you need to create a terror attack, as we've shown, like, this has been happening and, like, it stopped because of the pandemic. Actually, you know what, can I talk about something that, like, I don't know why this haunts me so much, but the day before, like, Europe had a second wave over the winter. I don't know if it might be a third wave, actually. I think it's the second wave, though. So Europe had a second wave over the winter, and so every country, like, country after country, announced lockdown is starting. And so country after country, the day before the lockdown, like, there would be a terror attack. And the idea was, like, oh, yeah, you can't do a terror attack if everyone's at home, so we gotta, like, use the last possible day. You know, they moved up the terror attacks to line up with the lockdown, which, you know, bizarre, but it's like this thing of, like, yeah, you cannot stop someone from planning to destroy, to kill a bunch of innocent people. You know, we can't stop murder. And, you know, like, you know, in London we've had, like, not only car attacks, which is very, you know, like, can't stop a car from killing people, because we put this drives me crazy. We put cars there, and then we put people there, and we're like, what if we have, like, that much separating them? Seems good enough to me. You know, how many pedestrians are killed by cars every year? And we just go, you know, like, I kind of like driving there, though. So, like, yeah, you can't stop that. You can't stop someone buying a knife and stabbing a bunch of people. And we could actually no, we could. But we determined that the freedom of right, like, being able to... Terra says, this is fascinating to listen to, dude. You know what, we're talking about you right now, Terra. I hope you enjoy that. It's like you getting a constant shout out. Like, if we do determine, and I don't know for sure that this is the right determination, but we determine that, like, actually letting people drive cars this close to people, and also letting people buy knives from the store without going through an extensive background check. We determine those oh my god. We determine those freedoms are, like, you know, better than every now and then 5 people getting stabbed by someone. Is that the correct determination? I mean, like, I don't know that anyone can make that and be, like, factually accurate or anything. Talking of which, have you been able to get your driver's license yet, says Dodgem47. No, the first day they make even the theory test, the test required to, like, learn about the stuff legal, is the day I leave the UK. It's a tragedy. It's a big tragedy. Also, thank you for the tip. Hugh... Oh, that's funny. Also, thank you, Peter File, for the tip. Also, you've got to ask my question. What do you think about new raw laws? I think it's a positive improvement. Honestly, someone told me this. I forgot who. They should just call that the ore blocks, and then call the ore blocks ore blocks. Like, call that iron ore, and then call the block of iron ore the iron ore block. That's smarter, in my opinion. Every 2 hours there are stabbings in London because they banned guns, says Darth Mango. So I know it's very popular, especially in the right-wing media in America, to argue that if you ban guns, everyone has knives. And it's, again, like, if you look at the per capita, London does have the worst knife crime of, like, any major city in the world, and, you know, the UK. But, like, if you look at the UK, we haven't banned guns. People could get their hands on guns if they wanted to. But, you know, like, again, I don't want to... Like, this is the thing, like, the only reason shootings happen in America is because they're covered as shootings. Like, you don't cover stabbings in America because, again, like, they're just not scary, I guess, to people. But they do happen. People do get stabbed every year. It's just like, you know, like, school stabbing is just less catchy than school shooting, I guess. I don't know. Isn't that what that is? You'd have to tell me, internet. You'd have to tell me. Everyone should be like Sweden. That's another funny thing. So this is the thing, right? So in Europe, the left-wing media is very actually, let me put it this way. In the United States, the left-wing media really wants the United States to be more like a European country. You know, all those things that people mentioned earlier, like, yeah, I don't like that our government doesn't really care about us. You know, they want a more caring, government that's like a European-style government. In Europe, generally speaking, countries on the right, parties on the right, like I'm assuming, that without knowing anything about them, that the Dutch right-wing party that is currently in power wants to be a little bit more like the United States. Not all the way, obviously, but there are things they look at from the United States. They're like, we want more of that. If you look at Hungary, they, like, same thing. Look at the UK, same thing. Like, countries, oh god, we need to bank all of this end stone soon, huh? If you look at that, but the one interesting exception to this, not even exception, like, an interesting example of this is that every country, oh god, okay. Regardless of your political beliefs, everyone has something positive to say about Sweden. And I think that's like it's such an interesting example of that, like, because they do this weird system that, like, doesn't quite fill, you know, any political belief. You know, like, it's a very, you know, democratic socialist country, but also they do it using free market principles that are better than most countries that claim not. Like, it's a fascinating thing. And then also they have all those cultural exports, you know, meatballs, IKEA, Skype. No, not Skype, that's Finnish, I think. Spotify, whatever. Minecraft. We're playing Minecraft right now. Does it have the one which was the one with that other one, but was also the other one, but with the other one because it was Minecraft? Yeah. Thank you for raising that important question. Yes, exactly. You nailed that on the head, ZK Kakedi. You got it exactly. Sweden's flag is a big plus. I think the joke's meant to be Switzerland's flag is a big plus. Sweden's flag is like a big cross that's on its side. They're called the Nordic crosses. Like, you're thinking of Switzerland, my friend. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to ruin your humor that you are doing for me here. But you have named the wrong country, and so I will shame you for that. Skype is Estonian. I think it's Estonian Finnish, right? It might be Estonian. You know what? Let's give Estonia something. They don't have much. They deserve to have Skype. Let's just give it to them. I think it's Finland has Nokia, right? Yeah, Finland has Nokia, which is like, at one point that was a big deal. Now it's like not a big deal, huh? It's wacky, like, when a country that small has a product that, or like a company that gets that big, it like genuinely shapes the nation to some extent. Like, the revenues of Nokia are some, I think it's 1% of the Finnish stock market. Let me fact check this out there. Finnish stock market Nokia. So Nokia. Okay, Nokia is the third largest network equipment manufacturing. Yeah, so 70% of the Helsinki Stock Exchange is capital is in Nokia. That seems impossible. That can't be correct. 70%? Huh. And, oh no, at its peak it was 70%. And at its peak it was 4% of the country's GDP. Like, that is beyond insane. Anyway, you know, I like fun facts. Do you like fun facts? You should like fun facts. I think that, I am worried about the cave update being April Fool's joke sometimes, so I'm like, no, let's believe. Let's just, if we all believe hard enough, they can't make it a joke. Jokes, if you believe in jokes, they can't be jokes. Those are the rules, right? They better be the rules. IKEA furniture falls apart before you buy it. People who hate IKEA furniture don't understand IKEA furniture. It's like to me, like, people who hate on McDonald's, it's like, do you know what McDonald's is meant to be?
Cat, I gave you $14.99 if you couldn't tell.
How did it work out to say $14.99 is $14.99? You know, thank you very much for the $14.99. I do appreciate it. I have never appreciated anything more. Purple Ninja. Also very late, but here's the Toy Cat tax. Thank you very much, Georgeran, for paying the Toy Cat tax. The world's favorite tax. Wasn't it leaked? Like, they didn't intend to announce it, so it can't be a joke. Was the cave update leaked before? Oh, wait. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. now that it's been enough time, I can talk about this. So I think the day before Minecon, they got a bunch of YouTubers together and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've got a cave update coming. You know, please don't tell people about it, but like, you know, we hope you're excited, etc., etc." There was this one streamer guy. I don't even know his name. I honestly don't think anyone should know his name. Like, this is to me like a heinous act. The guy, like, has an opportunity to like flex, decided, you know what, I might have promised not to say anything, but you know what, I'm gonna tell my stream anyway. The next update's a cave update, and like, it's like, you know, it's like, it's a good thing people didn't believe that. Like, no one cared, and it wasn't a big deal. But like, someone like, I think breaching the, like, I know, like, it's the sort of thing where it's like, the only thing you did is made it harder for, you know, the developer to trust, you know, YouTube. Like, I don't know. It's a problem. It's a problem. What a flex, hahaha. Yeah, right, it's like, I don't know, I guess, like, it's the sort of flex where it's like, oh yeah, you're, like, okay, imagine if I flex, like, okay, I know this is someone else's, problem, but, you know, my good friend, my local blood bank is thirsting my blood because I'm O+. O positive, I think is how you say that. Every time I remember my blood type, I'm always like, I'm never gonna forget this, and then I do. And the worst bit is I'm gonna get in some, like, real issue, and I'm not gonna know my blood type. So thank you for the reminder to find out what my blood is. But, yeah, I don't know, I think, like, imagine if I'm like, okay, I've got a fun secret, I'm not meant to share it, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because I trust you all so much. My friend's getting an abortion. It's like, well, that wasn't really your secret, was it? That's the problem with secrets, right? Like, I like to be an open book. I like to tell people as much as I can. I'm just glad you care about me. You can learn all the secrets you want to learn about me that aren't, like, sensitive or about someone else or whatever. But, oh Lord. But there's a reason that there's a stopping point on that, right? Although there's a reason there has to be a stopping point on that. Just kind of fundamentally. Okay, we're gonna put a torch down over here now. Oh, gotta pick up that torch. I have the lamest blood type ever, A+. You're not proud of you for doing well in the blood type grades. How do you know if you have a secret? Instead of telling a friend who you may trust, it's the internet. Yeah, right, that's the thing, like, I hate to tell you this, chat. The trust that I invoke into all of you when I tell you about my housing search and the 15,000 in tax I'm hoping to not be liable for, you know, on top of the other, like, 30,000 I have to pay in tax. When I'm telling you these things, I would like, it's nice if you believe that it's that, but it's not. You know, this is parasocial relationship. These are parasocial secrets. Please type fire if you love arson. I do. Also, watching while working my Woolly Badlands. That's a cool idea, Timeline Gamer. It's okay, Toycat, you can trust me. I share your social security number with chat because we have such a good parasocial relationship. Oh, today I just learned annex.cs is American. You know, social security, am I right? How crazy. Okay, so I want to stop Enderman from spawning. That's my, like, big goal of all of this. So I'm going to try and mine all of the areas where there's darkness. Anyway, so, I've had my blood drawn every 3 months, and I don't even know my blood type. I'm sorry for that, Storm Veridea. I've been intending to donate blood. I had the page open for a while as, like, a dumb, selfless act. I didn't do it. Anyway, so, chat, allow me to share you a secret with you, just for you. I don't know, I cooked some Spam yesterday, and then I just left it in my oven for 24 hours, and I ate it for breakfast. That probably wasn't very healthy. It's not a secret. I sometimes, very rarely, I sometimes have impure thoughts. I know. Who would suspect it? What's a good secret? I want to get. You know, I wanna. I'm like a big believer in like vote in every election you can, because like at worst case it's fun, best case you feel like you're doing something good. Like especially if you're young, you need to vote. But there's an election happening a month after I leave, but it's a really 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 minor election. Like I genuinely it's so incredibly minor. I don't know why it even is an election. So basically, watching while building my mob switch. Thank you for the tip, Nick. Oh, clever. You almost got me. I almost fell for that one. See, you know, a little secret for you here, chat. I sometimes, if you watch my old Let's Plays, I say bad things that that someone's gonna one day try and use against me. Not because they think the things are bad. Like, this is what annoys me at like the game at a high level. Is like everyone does bad things, and sometimes we can use those bad things against them, and like society will be like, oh no. And we like have impossibly high standards for people we don't like, and incredibly low standards for people we do like. Wouldn't it be nice if we just had medium standards for everyone? Wouldn't that be like much more realistic? I have a secret I've been keeping for a while, but it will no longer be a secret in a few weeks. Congratulations on the baby, Ezra Morgan. Congratulations. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying right here is that I just voted for the Bulgarian parliament. It's one of the most effed up elections I've taken part in. Yeah, right, Darian Duchev, but I think democracy is like worth taking part in. But I'm just, honestly, this election is so like low level to me that it's it's not even like I can't say what it is, but it's the first one where I've been like, I would go out and vote if I was here in the country in the day. I'm not going to go through the effort of setting up proxy voting, etc. And so this is my first election I'm not voting in because it's too much effort. And I feel like, you know, I hate people who say like, people died for your right to vote. People didn't die for my right to vote. Shut up. People died because they were, you know, they were sold, you know, they were fighting against the evil imperialists. You know, no one was back in 1939 being like, well, you know, someone might have grandkids one day who play Minecraft, who need to have political opinions. I need to die for his right. No. First of all, no one intended to die. That's what makes war a tragedy, right? Like, you know, 100 million young men come to Europe and then like 70 million return. It's like, oh, yeah. Everyone thought they'd be one of the ones returning, but that's not how statistics work. That's not how war be at all, is it? The election affected trees far more than people. Leaflets. Yeah, you know, the election campaigning is the worst, in my opinion. Like, I think leaflets... The fact that leaflets work on anyone, to me, just makes me sad. Who looks at a leaflet? Good thing you didn't accidentally talk about GeoGuessr on this channel tonight. Exactly. We stayed on... We kept the narrow and straight, we did. So, yeah, this affection, I think that, Toycat is a handsome chain. London Mayor, says Matthew Allen. I am not currently, this is, you know, this, should I be upset by this? No. Am I upset by it needlessly anyway? Not that much. I'm gonna be living in London 2 months after the mayoral election, but I won't, right now I don't live inside the, one of the 32 boroughs that actually votes for the mayor. So, as a result, I am going to be living under a mayor I did not vote for 4 years. The only thing that makes it feel better is like, well, it's gonna, everyone knows who it's gonna be who's winning anyway, so it's no real concern. I left for a while. We talking about your e-scooter yet? Okay, let's talk about scooters and tipping, and then portion sizes in America. Let's, you know, we gotta keep the stream on brand. So, have you noticed how when you ride your electronic scooter, which is legal in America, to the store, you don't have to tip your scooter, but you do have to tip your waiter when your waiter brings you a lot of food? Isn't that crazy? Also, isn't that capitalism when your waiter when your waiter does things in exchange for money. Isn't that weird? Also, isn't food tasty? See, look at this. I'm taking all the... You know, I tried to make people food horny during these streams. You know what would be great? I'm actually pretty full right now. I had some pasta. You ever have tortellini? It's pasta, but the inside has the filling. And so you go into a bite and you're like, this is some good pasta. And then, no way, it's not just good pasta. It's great pasta. Wait, so the best kebab thing was real, says Diluted Dente. I'm not gonna respond to that. I should not be revealing my local best kebab. This is terrifying. I thought everyone knew it. I was just about over the internet learning about my best kebab habits. You know, they're not even a very good kebab. That's what's annoying about best kebab. You go there and you think, oh yeah, this is a... But it's not. Pasta. Also, thank you... Wait, Bonnie T. Okay, what is the... I'm sure that's something inappropriate. That could just be someone's name. I'm sorry. You know what, Bonnie T? I had a... I lived with a dog called Bonnie when I was younger. It died when I was like 4, and I never really understood it. You know, like they're like, yeah, we had to put her down, and I was like, why'd you kill the dog? What do you mean it was sick? I saw the dog. It was fine. You killed a dog, man. You know, vets are monsters. You know, okay, at what point, okay, you know, why can we put down dogs but we can't put down humans? Like, real talk here. This poor girl, Bonnie T. Is Bonnie T not like a... I feel like I'm missing some joke with the name here. I'm sorry, Bonnie T, if your name is real. If it is, many apologies to you. But pasta or pasta, church or lunch? You know, I don't, like, whenever I say pasta, Americans are like, we say pasta over here. I can't believe that you would say the A like an A. And it's like, I can't believe you'd say pasta. I can't believe you'd say pasta. You know, it's like, it's funny, they're just flipped. In Oregon, USA, we can put down humans. I think there is I think some countries do allow doctor-assisted suicide. Wait, let me see. I think the majority of human beings live in countries where suicide is... See, Bonnie T, thank you. Bonnie T. There's a joke here and I'm missing it, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna work it out. It's gonna be great. In a sense, you can put down people, like stopping life support, aka pulling the plug. See, even that is controversial. I learned about this case. Maybe you know about it already if you live in America. It's called Terri Schiavo, but it's spelt funny. It's not spelt Schiavo. So there was this girl. I think she might be like young 20s. I guess she'd be like a teenager. I think Terri Schiavo. No, she was 20s. She was age 41. She looks good for 41. Oh, I mean, she doesn't look good. You know. Let's not make this any messier than it needs to be. I'm sorry, you know, internet. See, I share my secrets, but I think this case that is meant to be about the right to put people down, right? I see that, and I think, wow, you know, what a shame. But only because she's attractive. Am I a monster? Yes. Anyway, so there's this so she's permanently in a coma. And like it's just a known thing. There is no chance she's getting out of this under current medical technology. Should the hospital be obliged to keep her alive anyway? Again, she's going to be in a coma for the rest of her life. There's not going to be any output from her. Should you keep someone alive at that point? And like, I mean, my instinct is like, you know, because if someone asks to die, that's you know, in usual euthanasia, that's the answer. But in this case, it was wait, so it was her husband wanted to remove the feeding tube because they'd spoken about it, and she'd said, I don't want to live in a coma. Whereas her family, is it her family? Yeah, it was her parents. It was her parents that wanted her to stay alive because they couldn't bear to lose their daughter. Because even though she was basically dead, you know, there's always a chance Whereas once you pull out that feeding tube, she could fall in love with a girl in the cloud and live forever. I looked it up, and euthanasia is legal here when the patient asks for it. I like that. And I think it's selfish to keep someone alive who's basically dead without the support of machines. See, but this is why I think philosophy is such an interesting genre. It's because when you flip something around, right? No, they should transfer her over to a private institution if someone wants to pay for it. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, if someone wants to pay for it. Oh no, because like, yeah, that's messy. Because like, if she wouldn't have wanted it, but like, how do you know if she wanted? Okay, but I think there's an interesting, like okay, we don't. A lot of people are against legal euthanasia, but they're pro the idea that like, well, if someone is only being kept alive via feeding tube, they are basically dead already. So we can finish the killing of them. Again, this Terry Schiavo case, like, yeah, she can die. It's fine. She's allowed to die because she's basically dead already. And so yeah, I think it's I think it's a fun case to look at because when you change the current situation, you change people's outlook on it. Take for example, hypothetical. If you talk about saving lives, that's very different versus talking about, like, okay, if I tell you, what if we have this, I've spoken about this too much, so you know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna try and trick you anyway, chat. What if we could make everyone 30% richer and live in a slightly bigger house, and get around significantly faster, but in exchange, 30,000 random humans have to die every single year. We will have to kill them. Will you make that trade-off, chat? Yes or no? Bigger house, slightly more money, you get around faster, but a bunch of people die. Let's call it raising the speed limits. And then I reveal to you, oh, what's that? We've already made the decision. Society makes this decision every year. Also, now that lockdown's ending, your next ride for Liverpool cycle route should be much less pedestrianized. That's the worst thing about. Also, everyone's saying no, right? But it's also like, we first of all, we can make that decision. If we raise the speed limits, the amount of economic activity would grow. You'd have more time to work. You'd have more time for freedom, for free time. Freedom and free time are very different things, fun fact. Yeah, I think it's interesting how everyone says no, but then you reveal, oh yeah, we decide that, and it's very different when we say, what if we could stop 30,000 people dying who already are going to die, but we'd have to get poorer, live in smaller houses, and get around slower by having lower speed limits and having fewer people drive cars. Right, you see that? Actually, I don't think there should be speed limits at all, says John Spetnaz. Yeah, this is one of my dumb opinions. This is not a smart opinion. I think that generally speaking, unless you're going like crazy out of the ordinary, like I think speeding by 10 miles per hour actually is fine. Like, but I then also think that most of the time we don't actually enforce speeding fines and whatnot on people, so it basically is fine. Make electric scooters legal and if things get efficient, less people die. Depends on which people the 30k are, says Ned Olin. Yeah, that's the funny thing, right? This is like a tragic costing we do as a society. But rich areas have lower speed limits because people have all the money they already need and want. And so they're willing to make that sacrifice. And partially, it's not even their sacrifice. They're willing to force everyone else to make the sacrifice to keep their children safe. Whereas areas that are less well off, like it's weird that it does make some sense that like the people who live in wealthy areas are going to politically campaign more, and therefore their opinions are seen more often. But like it is a real thing that like we look at, the value of a life is to some extent when we're talking about making those big trade-offs determined on whose lives are being lost. Ban cars, just e-scooters, says Jake Dodge. Okay, hear me out here, Jake Dodge. Imagine a city for one day. We can literally make it a one-day event. No cars, only We could say taxis and buses, sure. But no cars, just electric scooters. I want to see what a city of electric scooters would look like. Because if you look at Taiwan, where everyone rides mopeds. Is it mopeds? I think they're mopeds. They might just be motorbikes. But even though there are more crashes, there are fewer fatalities. And like that's another fun one, right? Would you rather have? Is it are life's the end all be all, or is a crash worse? You know, like is a crash, regardless of whether people die? And it's like, well, actually, I don't know if I think that is a little bit of an unreasonable stance. I think there is a difference between a crash where someone dies and a crash where someone's bike gets messed up. You know, I tend to value property slightly less than I value people. Not as much as some people. Some people are like, you know what? Property's worth nothing. Like, I don't care about your car. I just want to make sure you're fine. No, I care about your car. Is the car fine? Someone needs to care about the car. And if that has to be me, then so be it. Let's see if electric scooters sounds like your wet dream. Again, like, I genuinely think, like, some city needs to try that. I would love to see what it would be like. Like, because I think it would work pretty well. I think there'd be crashes, but I think in a city like London, there is probably a death by car every day. And I think, like, you could have a day without that death. Probably a day without. And so, like, wouldn't that be possible? Wouldn't that be fine? You know, public transport's still working. You can still get places. Cities without cars, says Ongren15. Yeah, I think it is a really interesting dilemma, though, because, like, most people who don't like cars don't drive. Like, I don't drive cars, and when I do get my driving license, I'm not going to use it. I'm still gonna ride electric bikes or scooters or whatever. It's that thing from before, right? Like, people really love sacrifices when other people are making them. Like, I think we should all make the grand sacrifice of giving up our cars so we can have safer cities. Because I don't drive a car. Like, but this man using where he can use an e-scooter is going nuts here. Yeah, I'm still looking into long-term rentals in New York. I can't find any that are like... I found this one place that will rent them to you month by month, but they don't have their price online. They just say, come into the store to find out. And it's like, I despise you. Like, what sort of a pricing system is come in the store and find out? Why are you so scared of your prices that you won't tell me online? There's this ski place in the UK. It's called Snow Zone. They have the same thing. You can try and find out how much a membership costs. They don't tell you, and I still don't know why that is. Like, why do we have to hide this? Is this a grand secret? I don't know for sure what the answer to that is. What about bikes rather as well as e-scooters? Oh yeah, I totally like. I mean like all all forms of transport where you are exposed, I guess. I'd even be fine with motorcycles, honestly. I have no particular hatred towards. See, a motorcycle hits me, I don't die. Car hits me, probably gonna be fine. SUV hits me, probably not gonna be fine. Lorry hits me, I die. You know, okay. This is like one of the few things that I'm actually like mad about every single time I read it. This famous YouTuber, she's not actually a YouTuber. I don't know why they called her a YouTuber. There's this YouTuber slash TV presenter who died in an e-scooter crash. It's very bad. Fun fact: I'm not a fan of death. But this YouTuber died in an e-scooter crash, and we're gonna fill this ender box up, shulker box up, from over here. Like they had a real big piece in there about how bad the lorry driver felt, and it's like, again, I actually do appreciate that lorry driver has to live with the fact that his lorry hit someone, but like, can we also not acknowledge that it's also probably pretty bad that like there's the woman who doesn't have her life anymore because a lorry hit her with his vehicle, you know, vehicle. I love that's how some Americans say vehicle. It's very fun. IBX Toycat has motorcycle proof confirmed. Like it's all like very basic, like speed times weight equals damage, right? Or like I think it's force times momentum equals that. What's a lorry? I'm sorry, that dim. I'm sorry. I should have translated into American. That was very embarrassing of me. This young lady got herself hit by a truck. a truck filled with goods. And now you see that truck is gonna have to... do you like my PFP now, says Enderstar? I honestly can't see that it's changed. It looks the same to me. I'm a lorry engineer, says Ray789. Like, this is... There's, you know, like, in the same way we could choose to have lower speed limits and fewer people would die, we could choose, you know, like, but then people would get places slow and we'd lose productivity. People would be less wealthy, and you know, it'd be bad. There'd be lots of downsides we're not talking about. Embarrassing of me. This is how we talk in America. I'm from the South, and I have a very high-class accent. Thank you for noticing, y'all kindest gentlemen. You know, I'm fun. I'm a lot of fun. Why do more people not like me? That's my only question. Okay, so we got 14 ender pearls. I guess we'll just jump through. Lol, I'm not even American, says Ivet Dim. Are you? Yes, I am. Sorry. Is big Russian fan. My good friend Yvette Dim is from Union of Socialist Republic. He fly to America one day and he have very good time, and so he understand what truck is, but the government in London no like him so much, so he is not visited these shores. This is terrible. You know what, today my accents are not on point. Let's just all admit that right there. Any parody feature you're waiting for? Can't wait to use my left hand on Bedrock. Most games don't have that feature. Oh yeah, right, because on Java you can switch your main hand. Wait, this guy's British? I can't even tell. But I can get my car properly fueled, go to California in less than a week. Can't do that in e-scooter. Toy Cat sad. See, given the battery technology is on the up, I think we are only... My e-scooter with, like, a not that unreasonably sized battery can do 100 kilometers. So if we assume double density of battery technology, and then also assume you get a long distance scooter that can do double my scooter's distance, that's 400 kilometers of charge, and then again at current charging times, like 9 hours. So you do 400 kilometers a day, then you recharge. In miles, that's like 240. Oh, that's not a very good amount per day, is it? But like you could theoretically, honestly, okay, I've wanted to do this forever. Like as soon as e-scooters get battery that can make this feasible, I do actually want to cross America coast to coast on an electric scooter. I think that would be such a fun idea. Like, honestly, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go around the whole world on a scooter, and then I realized how incredibly impractical it was, and I set my goals lower. Well, you know, when you realize your goals are unachievable, set your goals lower. Life pro tips of Toy Cat. But, yeah, it's not that undoable right now. Again, if I want to say it's 3,000 kilometers coast to coast. So it only takes 30 charges, and given that most of those charges take a full day, it would take me a month with my current scooter. If I bought a specific scooter for the job, right now I could do it in 20 days. And so as soon as it goes down to like, you know, a week or two, wouldn't that be so fun, right? That would take so long. Yeah, I guess I forgot that like at 20 miles per hour, which is the US technical limit, 20 miles per hour wait, let me do the maths. What is the distance from, like, let's pick a point on each side. Atlanta to LA. Atlanta to LA driving distance. Okay, so it's 2,183 miles. 20 miles per hour, that's 100 hours. Spread out over 10 days, that's 10 hours a day off e-scooter. Honestly, at that point, I'd have to learn how to, like, maintain it to avoid, like, a big accident, probably, right? That seems smart. But yeah, that'd be fun. It's one of those transcontinental scooter trip. What could go wrong? The funny thing is you could probably go like off-road for some of it. You know, there's lots of fun ideas I've thought about and considered. We're gonna take as many of these as we can right now too. So this is how much end stone I now have, by the way. It's a little ludicrous, but I am committed to this project this hard. I've developed an addiction to IBX2. Also, yes, my name is Bonnie. I like cats and parrots better than dogs, but you make me laugh. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Bonnie. You're a real person. Your name is not a joke, and I'm sorry for assuming it was. I appreciate the tips a lot. I've developed an addiction to IBX2Cat. Glad you're alive, like always, and I love the accent. Also, do you like ferrets? Oh, I find ferrets adorable, CostCrown19. I'm glad you've been enjoying the second channel recently. It's objectively been pretty bad recently. I've kind of just accepted the bad, and I've been I feel like that's been a good place for me. The more you accept bad things, the less bad they get. That is probably factually accurate. Okay, so I'm gonna put the end stone in there for now, and then we're gonna clear out like 3 spots. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. See, I've got so many shulker boxes. It's actually a little bit of a pain to grab them all and place them down. Man, this is so much end stone, right? Like, I didn't quite realize it until I'm seeing it side by side here. But this is a lot of end stone, huh? This is a lot of end stone. I want to make the pan match, so I'm gonna mine this and this. Put the yellow there. Put the purple there. So this is how much end stone I now have. It's a pretty healthy amount. I think we might actually do it. Do you know there are Russians who still think the USSR still exists and modern Russia is an illegal country? The funny thing is, things like that are dumb, but like, all ideas need are people, and then those ideas become real. So one day, you might not be laughing at that idea so much anymore. It's dumb, but you know, that's the great thing about the world. Just because it's dumb, it doesn't mean that people don't believe it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then smash the bell. Smash it with your fist. No, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, that's good. If you didn't, I don't know what to say. Besides, get out of here. You're not welcome anymore. Yeah, it already looks like an end. Like, it already kind of does look like the end. Look, we barely even have that much distance to cover. So I'm hoping by the end of today, we can finish not the end of today. I'm hoping, like, 2 big streams, and we'll have our end out here in the ocean. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you everyone in chat, especially Annex.cs and Jackie Ann and the Myra V, Lukey89, Enderstar, XPX Squid 36, Bagats12, Lukewarm Ramen, that's a sad name. Lamb and Ham, Cancerous Attitude, Dodgem47, Ray789, Colin McDougall, and indeed everyone else. Thank you for being here, because I'll see you all when I ain't here anymore. Goodbye. Fun to hang out, as always.